Was this the worst White House press conference in history? You be the judge. I think the worst White House press secretary in history, and that's saying a lot because Trump's first administration press secretaries were pretty bad. Caroline Leavitt was asked this question today. Who is the Doge administrator? Here's what she says.
Thanks, Caroline. I wanted to ask about a federal judge yesterday was saying that they didn't know who the Doge administrator was and was asking the lawyer for the administration who it was, and the lawyer responded, I don't know the answer to that. Can you tell us who the administrator of Doge is?
Again, I've been asked and answered this question. Elon Musk is overseeing Doge. No, Elon Musk is a special government employee, which I've also been asked and have answered that question as well. There are career officials at Doge. There are political appointees at Doge. I'm not going to reveal the name of that individual from this podium. I'm happy to follow up and provide that to you. But we've been incredibly transparent about the way that Doge is working. John.
So you won't say who it is, but you're saying you are the most transparent administration. You realize this is what is making the American people absolutely livid. She's then asked about migrants who were in Guantanamo Bay, talking about being treated like animals, to which Caroline Leavitt said this was Trump's campaign promise. This is what people wanted. Concentration camps. Play this clip.
One related to Guantanamo Bay, the other to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I wanted to get your response to some Washington Post reporting of the migrants who stayed over at Guantanamo Bay for the last 2 weeks. They told the Post they were rarely let outside. They were shackled and placed in what they described as cages and alleged that they were not treated as human beings. Does the White House have any response to those conditions?
At Guantanamo Bay? It's a promise the president campaigned on, that if you invade our nation's borders, if you break our country's laws, and if then you further commit heinous, brutal crimes in the interior of our country, like raping and murdering innocent, law-abiding women and girls, and committing heinous acts of violence, then you are going to be deported from this country, and you may be held at Guantanamo Bay. These are criminals we are talking about. Don't forget that. Sure.
Next up, Caroline Leavitt is asked if Elon Musk will be at the next cabinet meeting. Let's play it.
Carolyn, I was wondering if is Elon Musk going to attend the president's first cabinet meeting tomorrow?
He is, as a matter of fact. I spoke to the president about that before coming down here as well. And Elon, considering he is working alongside the president and our cabinet secretaries, this entire administration will be in attendance tomorrow just to talk about Doge's efforts and how all of the cabinet secretaries are identifying waste, fraud, and abuse at their respective agencies. We look forward to the meeting tomorrow, and I think you'll be hearing from the president and his cabinet where they're on campus tomorrow. I hope you guys are excited.
She's asked why the defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, former Fox host, and Donald Trump fired the extremely renowned four-star general, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, C.Q. Brown. Let's play it.
There have been some personnel moves that have been announced by the president, and I wanted to ask you about them. One was the president replacing the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General C.Q. Brown Jr. What was the reason for the president naming a replacement for General Brown? And then I'll follow up with another personnel announcement that's been made over the last few days.
He thinks he's doing a bad job, and it's time for a shakeup at the Pentagon. They failed 7 audits in a row. The trust in our United States military amongst the war fighters is low. The president is shaking up the Pentagon and the Department of Defense, of course, with Secretary Hegseth leading, and he has the right to do that. It's actually quite common from administration to administration to do such a thing.
The president, when he swore him in as the chief of staff for the Air Force, called him a great man and a great gentleman. Does he distance himself from the remarks that he made back in August of 2020?
I think replacing him speaks for itself.
In this next clip, Caroline Leavitt is asked about Elon Musk like firing people and sending ultimatums, and how people were just caught off guard and cabinet members were caught off guard. Watch Caroline Leavitt just lie. Play this clip.
They're excited.
So some of those cabinet members were caught off guard by the email from
Nobody was
Saturday.
caught off guard.
A few departments said they were caught off guard. The FBI was, the DOJ was.
Did anonymous sources say that, or did the cabinet secretary say that?
The cabinet secretaries and others have said that they were not aware that this was happening. So I'm wondering, will there be a give and take tomorrow at the cabinet meeting? Is Elon Musk or the president open to any type of dialogue about who is actually in charge of the chain of command of these workers?
I would reject the premise of your question, Jeff. The cabinet secretaries have not said that. I know anonymous sources, probably career bureaucrats, have leaked that to many of you in this room. But as I said at the beginning of this press conference, everybody is working as one team, and the president respects the decisions of his cabinet secretaries to tell their staff, not to respond to that email because they did so out of interests of national security, and they don't want to obviously risk confidential information. It's pretty common sense. Dasha.
By the way, how do you know Caroline Leavitt is lying? Because she's talking, same as Donald Trump. Here she talks about how she will be banning the White House press pool and that Donald Trump will be handpicking who gets to go into the press conferences. Play this clip.
As you all know, for decades, a group of DC-based journalists, the White House Correspondents Association, has long dictated which journalists get to ask questions of the President of the United States in these most intimate spaces. Not anymore. I am proud to announce that we are going to give the power back to the people who read your papers, who watch your television shows, and who listen to your radio stations. Moving forward, the White House press pool will be determined by the White House press team.
Next up, she says that she finds it despicable that people are saying that Dan Bongino, who Donald Trump just picked to be the deputy FBI director who has no experience in the FBI, is a far right-wing podcast conspiracy theorist, which he is. Here, play this clip.
And I think it's quite despicable to see many networks in this room who have had chyrons on their television screens labeling Mr. Bongino as a far-right podcaster. He is not. He is a former law enforcement agent. He is a former Secret Service agent who put his life on the line to protect this country. And that is why the President of the United States has entrusted him for this important role. By
the way, here's Bongino so you can see for yourself. Let's play it.
The thing that matters is what? Chat. What matters? Anyone? Power. Power. You can see what I'm mouthing. Power. That is all that matters. No, it doesn't, man. We have a system of checks and balances. That's a good one. That's really funny. We do?
Oh, while that was taking place, Donald Trump was in the Oval Office playing with airplanes like this. You see Elon Musk in the background right there. MAGA Republicans were trying to do damage control, but they just made matters worse. Here's MAGA Republican Congressmember Mast. Let's play it.
Your take, is Doge working? Is it successful so far?
Doge has been beyond successful. Every American should be thanking President Trump. They should be thanking Elon Musk, the team that they worked to put in place, and be begging them to go not just to every federal agency, but say, please come to a hometown near me and start digging into my federal, my state government, my local government, my towns, my municipalities, because who knows what you'll find. And we will all be more efficient. We will waste.
Here's Donald Trump's special advisor, Alina Habba. Let's play it.
This is what we're about. We're running this country like Jamie runs the business, like President Trump runs the Trump organization, like Elon Musk's running X. That's what we're doing. And if you want your budget balanced, if you want to not have a deficit, who better to do so than a businessman that understands how to make money, how to spend money, and how to get out of debt? And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. And here is Democratic Congress member Jim McGovern. Let's play it.
Last night in the Rules Committee, the gentlelady claimed, oh, no, Democrats can't prove there are any cuts in this budget. Except, Mr. Speaker, we can. And let me lay it out as simply as I can for people. The Republican budget cuts, for example, $330 billion from programs related to education. And the same guy who wrote this budget, the chair of the Budget Committee, Mr. Arrington, also wrote this document, Mr. Speaker, this document right here, which I have in front of me, which says in black and white that those education cuts include $12 billion from school meals. How dare you? And I'm sorry that she doesn't like these facts, but they are facts. And school meals are just one example. This budget makes deep cuts to Medicaid, including long-term care, deep cuts to food assistance for hungry families, deep cuts to Pell Grants. And these cuts are going to hurt people. So I would just ask the gentlelady a simple question. Whose side are you on? Does she want to stand with the school kids in her district who rely on school meals to get through the day? Or does she side with the billionaires who are getting another tax giveaway in this budget? Does she stand with the 178,119 constituents in her district that are on Medicaid? Does she stand with the thousands and thousands of kids in her district who rely on school meals? Or does she stand with the greedy corporations who are price gouging struggling families? I know where I stand, Mr. Speaker, and we are going to fight like hell to oppose this awful Republican budget because we know whose side we're on. And we're going to fight like our constituents' lives depend on it because they do. And with that, I reserve my time. Gentlemen.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tell me if you think that was the worst press conference you've ever seen in White House history. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.MeidasTouch.com. All 100% USA union made.